Welcome to Bat Signals from the Multiverse, a Facebook and YouTube live podcast shining a light across Gotham, Marvel, and the infinite chaos of comics, movies, and pop culture. Each week we fire up the signal to talk comic reviews, movie breakdowns, passionate debates, ridiculous games, and the occasional crossover no one asked for, but we're going to give it to you anyway because that's just who we are. And if you miss us live, you can catch the show later on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your audio fix. But I'm not here alone. That's right. Yes, I may be the self proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin. And with me every week, I have my tag team partner. Yes, the unverified twin of Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the eyebrows, the unverified twin of Dave Batista in the head wrinkles, the unverified twin of Carl Weathers in the mustache,
The flavor savor.
the unverified twin of Tony Todd in the right earlobe, and yes, the unverified twin of Shamar Moore in the nipples.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thanks for that intro, Bradley, my tag team partner. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're so glad to be back. We took a few weeks off. I just had birthdays and Father's Day and all the things. We are back and better than ever. And this week, we're going to talk about all the wonderful things for inspirations we're recording on July 5th. But before they get started, introduction that my name is Brian S. Dennis, stands for Born in the USA.
Love it. Can't wait to see where that's going to go. So here's how we're going to talk our signals of the week. We're going to go right into some Mount Nerd more. We got some Nerd Core. We got some games. We got some Better Than Us Human of the Week. We have our words of wisdom and all that for just tuning in. That is correct. Brian, let's go ahead and get right into our signals of the week. We got to talk some TV because I know
Let's
we
do
got a
it.
lot to catch up on. I know, man. Dude, what are you watching? What
All
stands
right. Yes,
above the
sir.
rest?
Yes, sir. So I am a huge American Ninja Warrior fan. So American Ninja Warrior season 18 has started. They
Yes.
make they make tweaks in the show the last few seasons, and even when I'm skeptical, hearing what the tweak is, usually I would have enjoying the show better.
Hmm.
So that's a good one. From so there's I'm now becoming one of the From fans where we're like similar to Lost of okay, you got us hooked, there's all this mystery,
Hmm.
danger, all things that happen, and as soon as we think there's going to be some sort of resolution, they throw something else at us. So,
Yeah.
this is season 4. It's been a good season, but I just want us to get to some answers before we all kind of lose interest. I don't know if you're watching Vox Machina, but Vox Machina season 4 is
Yes.
fantastic, and I started a rewatch the entire series. And I love how in season 4, it goes all the way back to like the first episode. I'm like,
Mm.
okay, for an animated show, they do a great job of long-term storytelling. It also fits within Critical Role and Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons. You have these lengthy campaigns and everything matters. Great with that. And
Yeah.
then, of course, I got to bring it up. X-Men 97 season 2. This snuck up on me, ladies and gentlemen. That's why having a podcast tag team part like I have and Mr. Bradley Butin is so great. When I get a text that just said X-Men 97, I knew. And so I called episodes there. And bro, I know we're probably gonna talk a little bit more about it, but
Yeah.
I geeked out so much with
Oh.
with episode 2 when they
Hmm.
did X Force. Like
Hmm.
all respect to Deadpool,
Yeah.
they gave me the X Force and X Factor. They gave me
Yeah.
both of those. That was awesome. All right, sir. What
Man,
about you?
I agree with you on everything that you said,
Yep.
but like when I saw the X Force and X Factor,
Yes.
with all the 90 feels, like I
Yes.
wanted to go to the Rodman Comics, my local comic book store, and I
Okay.
just wanted to buy all the dollar X Force and X Factor comics
Yes.
from the
Yes.
90s
Yes.
because, dude, and as a matter of fact, X Force might be my next thing that I start taking on. I love Love the original run of X Force. Oh, dude, love it. The only other thing I want to bring up is that you didn't. I'm going to start watching it from tonight.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but I did watch. Have you watched Robin Hood on
No.
MGM?
No.
Do it
Is
is
it? Okay. Is it good?
fantastic.
Okay. Okay.
Also, two other things, I guess.
Are they men in tights though?
Sadly, not. And apparently, I'm the only one that found that joke funny because I said it like 40 times and I chuckled to myself every time. And I love my wife, love her to death. However, she did not find my men in jokes, men in
Your men
tights.
in jokes?
Yeah,
Men in
men in
tights?
jokes funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But anyway, yes, House of the Dragon season 3 is
House of
upon
Dragon has
us.
been good. Yes.
It's been
Yes.
good. I feel
Yes.
like I feel like I need to rewatch it, but
Yep.
because I just it's Game of Thrones shows are a lot, except for Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That one
Yes.
you could
Yes.
just watch and it was kind of its own
Well, they
thing,
were
and I
the
love it.
episodes were shorter, and it was very
Yeah,
much about that duo versus
yeah,
when even though House of the Dragon is literally about the House of the Dragon, and so it is very shrank down to
yeah.
being only one house focused on the Targaryens. We're not dealing as much with the other houses like we did in Game of Thrones. And this is just my own privileged way of looking at it. The names just make my head hurt because
Yeah,
all the names are so similar on purpose,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
just like, okay, and which dragon was that? And you're right, because the shows there's so much special effects and they're done, there's
Hmm.
these sweeping landscapes, you get a year plus usually between seasons, at least it feels that way. And when you
Yeah,
got a show that has the depth that the Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon have, you almost do have to do a rewatch of at least a few episodes
yeah.
from the previous season to know where you're at. To know where you're at.
Exactly, exactly. And then Dutton Ranch finale season 1 is done. I don't know. Have you watched it?
I watched a few of them. I have not gotten as much into them. So Robin Hood and Dutton Ranch are on my
Yeah,
to do list. So
yeah,
absolutely.
man. Like, I felt a little disappointed with Dutton Ranch by the end of it. I loved it, and I'm ready for
Okay.
season 2.
Okay.
I felt like for a couple of characters, I don't want to spoil anything. They went just about there, but they held back a little bit. I wanted that. Well, I'll just say I wanted a really good Beth scene. Like I wanted Beth to
Okay.
really, really give it the Beth, and she kind
Gotcha.
of gets there a little bit. But besides point, that's fine. I mean, like for what they're setting up, there's a lot of similarities, and I won't spoil it for you because I want you to watch it.
Okay.
Between that and Marshalls, so I mean, like we're gonna see. Other
Perfect.
than that, man, movies. I think we got a couple things we got to talk about.
Movies is gonna be tough for me. So I
Yep,
wrote down a list of movies
yep,
and I thought about the movies I've seen because it's summer movie season, right? So I've checked out quite a few movies. You probably checked out more,
yep.
and we had a break. But I gotta tell you, the last movie that I watched and I've gone to like the summer blockbusters.
Mhm.
The last movie that I watched that I actually thought was as good, if not better than the hype, was Scary Movie. I actually was somewhat disappointed in
Mm.
Disclosure Day. I was very disappointed in Supergirl. So those are probably the
Okay.
two big ones that I've watched recently.
Yeah.
But what about you, my friend?
Well, I liked Disclosure Day, but
I
again,
liked as well. I
it
wanted to
wasn't
love it
what they
though.
sold us,
No.
and I feel like that's where a lot of that is coming from. I mean, like it was very held back. I think is maybe a
Yes.
good term for it, but
Yes.
Supergirl, man, I liked it a lot. I didn't love it. Like I
Yeah.
don't care if I see Super with Jason Momoa, great. Millie Alcott, great.
Yeah.
Like the source material, great. How it translated,
Yeah, that's
not
what
so
killed
great.
me. They did not translate. First off, they should have kept the original title as Woman of Tomorrow, and they got rid
Yeah,
of that. but then they drew it from one of the most highly touted comics runs
Yeah.
in a long time, and it's not that old. I looked up, I think
Yeah.
it was in 2022, so it's
Yeah.
not that old of a comic, so it would have held up. And there were just some structural issues, some plot holes.
Yeah.
I actually liked Momoa as Lobo. I think he definitely got the essence
Hmm.
of it. Um, but they didn't spend. I mean, the relationship between Kara and Ruby, the way that they shot it, it would have been better if they just would have established her backstory and then went into the present day. They pulled, and not that this was the inspiration for it, but I
Yeah.
know we both loved Project Hail Mary, where it
Yeah.
was interspersed in the present day versus the backstory. That's kind of what so I felt like what cinematography wise, that's what they were
Hmm.
trying to go for, and it just didn't hold up because she went from being they want to, and I get where Millie Alcott was trying to go with this, is really getting us to relate to. We all know Clark's story. We all know
Yeah.
Superman's story. Even if you're not a comic book reader, you can stop the average person on the streets in this country, probably a lot of other countries, and go, "Tell me the general story of Superman."
Yeah.
And they can probably tell you, "Oh, he came from Krypton, and there's kryptonite, and he can fly, and he's got freezing breath, and he's got laser beams, and there's something about the Justice League." That's enough to get the
Hmm.
basic points
Yeah.
of Superman. If you ask the other average person about Kara Zor-El, and they were probably like, "Who? Supergirl? I don't know."
Oh, she's the
So
one with the. Is she the one with the really big boobs and with all cut
yeah,
off and the
yeah, or she the one that, or I will give this, I will give the movie credit. I can't remember if this was in a comic or not, but we'll give the movie credit where they pointed out she's only about 10 years younger, at least in the movie. She's about 10 years younger than Superman, so she would be 20. No, she's 23. She's 20. They established that in the movie. She's 23, so why is he Superman and she's Supergirl? Okay,
yeah.
fair, fair. By the way, I know it's the shirt you're wearing. So yeah. So I mean, they had little pieces of that. The last thing, and this is definitely a
Yeah.
spoiler, but I think given the reviews and the box office,
Hmm.
anyone that wants to see it has seen it. Um, the other part was the end resolution. She spent the entire movie telling Ruby, "You can't kill Krim because of it'll stain your soul and it'll change who you are." And she
Hmm.
finally got this little girl to buy into it.
Yeah.
And knowing what Superman's rules are, as well as Batman's, what happened next was so like I saw it coming, but I got just
Yeah.
that wouldn't it didn't make sense. It didn't make
So
sense.
you're right. You're right, and I agree with you. I will say that they changed her origin for no reason.
Yes, that is not her origin at
They
all.
made they cemented that Kryptonian bad. Kryptonians equal bad. Kryptonians equal overrulers of Earth, whatever. They did double down, which I
Yep.
don't really care. They're all dead. So I mean,
Yep.
like
Yep.
we
Yep.
got
Yep.
Superman, Supergirl, this one, but also I have a theory about why she killed Crown.
Okay. First off, and I get Crims in the book. They need the similar. We had. I feel like we had the same
Hmm.
conversation. We're talking about the Marvels. Is
Yeah,
you need to give us a villain that we can identify with.
and
That's
they
where you
didn't.
take the create. Yeah, that's where they need to take some creative license.
Yeah,
Give me more of the villain backstory if you're
yeah.
gonna do something. But
Yeah,
go ahead, sir. Yeah.
they did not flush out the villains at all. But
No.
I think they might be setting up Blackest Night. I think that might be the end goal.
Okay.
Blackest Night, or maybe Kara getting a red power ring
Hmm.
because she gets one in the comics. It
Okay.
is
Sure.
loosely tied to Blackest Night.
Sure. Sure.
And okay, if they do go all in on Blackest Night, how freaking cool would that be?
That would be cool. The only thing of in the whole god, because I think Gunn calls this gods and monsters.
Yeah,
They made her so it wasn't until the end of it where she's surrounded by the gosh, I forget, but Krim's crew. I can't think of what they're called in them
the
in the
Breggers
universe.
or Bregganins or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, brigands. That's what it is.
Brigands.
Brigands.
Yep,
Um, it wasn't there. It wasn't until there that she went full on Supergirl. But
embracing it. Yeah,
yeah, and part of it was okay, she should have been able to win. This is, I think, in Disclosure Day as well. Was I was talking to one of my students about this actually. There was so much they didn't give a good enough reason why she just didn't get the antidote. I mean, yeah, I get they built in she got to find them, but once she's found, they tried to do the little thing, the thing with the poisoned drink and the milk, and that was just played too slow, and all these things of they just made her look like a party girl. Which okay, fine, you can
Hmm?
23-year-old with superpowers. There might be some partying going on, and
Yeah.
we sometimes sit here and go, Clark is too goody two shoes, so we can't say, well, giving someone with a little edge to him is too far. But again, they just didn't flesh her out anything like we wanted to see. And like I said, I didn't like the re-imaging of the origin story or any of
Hmm?
those things. I googled this for some folks that are in the audience. I'm sitting there, I'm like, they got to give us a hidden scene. They got to give us something. And I
Nope.
Google like, and I so their computer are sitting in front of me like, just if you're waiting around, there's no mid credit or end credit scene, and which also could have been their opportunity. And not giving a Superman is basically had him sitting on the moon with Crypto. Cool.
Yeah.
Like they could have given us that. And I wanted Crypto. I get you knew going into the movie that Crypto
Yeah.
would not be in the movie like that. You mean they established that, but one of the things that was so low about Superman, I can't believe we're talking about Superman 2025 in such a great light, but Superman 2025 was so good because they knew just enough Crypto. We got him at the beginning and the end, a couple flashbacks, but it was just so man,
Yeah.
just so man.
Yeah.
And last stat for you, um, and I don't think it has anything to do with these or female superhero movies. I don't think that is it
No.
at all. But I did see that the biggest bomb that the MCU had, and it's not a bomb by the way, just to make it as they want to, but that's the one to being profitable. But the biggest bomb that the MCU has had was Marvels. And so Supergirl on the opening weekend made $20 million less than Marvel's biggest flop.
Yeah.
So yeah, they may have to, they got to give us the big guns. They got to give us the big guns. I will say I saw a really cool trailer for Clayface, so now I'm hyped for that.
Mm-hmm.
But while Marvel could build off of those B-list and C-list characters, I think for DC to really compete, they have to bring out the big guns. They already did with Superman. They have to really, really, really bring out some big guns here soon.
They need Batman.
They need Batman and they need
They need
Lanterns
the
to be good.
DCU Batman.
Yes. We don't need Edward. And I
Yeah.
like what they did with that. And hopefully
Yeah. And they're
the
filming.
sequel
I'm sure
to
we're gonna
that
get
doesn't
something
go the way
soon.
of Joker 2.
Yeah.
But you're right, they need Batman.
Yep.
They need that triple threat. So they don't
And
even
we're
necessarily
yeah,
need
we're,
they don't even necessarily need a Justice League. I really
no.
don't think they need a Justice
I would rather see a Justice Society of
Society.
America movie.
Yes. Yep.
Give me a JSA movie,
Yep.
or you know what? Like, if you're gonna go if you're gonna go weird, just give us the Legion. Give us the Legion
Yes.
of Superheroes.
Yes.
Man, imagine what James Gunn could do with the Legion of Superheroes.
See, and I think Legion lends itself greatly to a television series. But I agree with you. If they're gonna do a movie,
Yeah.
that was what I think that's what we both enjoyed so much about Black Adam was how they handled the JSA. So give us a prequel because I still want Pierce Brosnan back. That's why I want a prequel. But give us a prequel with the JSA, and you can give us Hawk Girl. You already got Hawk. You just have Hawk Girl as in Superman, but you got those. You got those. You'll give us those old school versions of Green Lantern and Flash. I would love to see Wildcat.
Oh yeah.
I want Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Wildcat.
That'd be awesome.
All right,
Oh boy.
I see a leg on your shoulder, so I'm assuming
Yeah,
you're being
I guess
invaded.
she's got a leg up on me. You want to say hi?
Nice.
Hi.
All right.
You want these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold this.
You talk to Uncle B.
Okay, hold on. I gotta put this on your head.
What? Okay.
You've never looked better, buddy. Okay, tell your dad he's never looked better.
You've never looked better. No, you can't use them as sunglasses. You have to put them as a headband. You look so preppy.
I feel pretty. Oh, so
You're
pretty.
so preppy.
Pretty.
Preppy.
Pretty.
Preppy.
I feel pretty.
You are pretty.
By the way, I see no braces.
You do see no braces.
How's that feel?
Good. I haven't had them since October.
I know, but some reason the way you got the teeth going, it's like no braces. Like you really are like throwing it out. Like the smile's great, but then how was your birthday? And last week I haven't talked to you for a couple of weeks. How did your birthday go?
My birthday went really well. I got a Kindle and I got an Apple Watch and I got uh money.
Didn't you have a sibling named Kendall as well?
I do. I have Kendall. She didn't come to my birthday, but I got a
Oh,
Kindle. You know, one of those reading
oh
things.
yeah, gotcha. All right, well that's really cool. Seriously, that is incredibly cool. And I
His
see
beard
you're like slowly suffocating your father. Okay.
his beard can cover his mouth.
Mine doesn't quite come up that far, but mine is also getting there. Uh, so do you know what the term patricide is?
No.
Patricide is when you patricide is when you take out your dad. So let's not commit
Oh,
patricide.
I
Okay.
won't do that.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
think I
not
want.
do
No,
that.
put the
Yeah.
preppy headband back on until I'm done. They taught me how to play Gin Rummy.
Nice.
Do you know what that game is?
I'm a big Rummy fan. So I play Gin
Mm.
Rummy. I play Rummy 5000. I love me some Rummy. I love Rummy games. So yes.
But they do understand though, is that whenever they teach me a game and I really like it, I expect them to play it with me for a while. For
Fair.
days on end. And
Oh
right now I'm
wow.
beating him in Gin Rummy. Sorry, I did not mean to get your glasses. Right now I'm beating him because I'm better than
Okay.
you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bite your ear.
No, don't. That's great. All right. Tell Brian. See you later. See you, Brian. Bye.
Bye
Alrighty,
bye.
I'll say bye bye and go play Gin
Bye
Rummy with
bye.
my
All right,
mom.
take that thing.
I'll take this thing. I'll
Take the leg.
I'll take the leg.
Don't break the leg though.
Oh, I think the leg is already broken.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cold.
Woo. All right.
Bye.
Bye bye, baby girlie. All right, man. Okay, so I do got to bring up one more movie.
Let's do it, brother.
Young Washington. We went to Young Washington yesterday. I have to
Okay.
say, I was a little bit disappointed. Yes, it was about the younger Washington, but it was about like his time working with the Brits and stuff like that. And
Sure.
they didn't really touch into like the Revolutionary War and all those things. But you release it on the 250th of America,
Yeah.
and
It's yeah.
I don't know. I felt a little robbed. I mean,
Okay.
like it was shot well. Kelsey Grammer was fantastic in it. It was acted well, but it's like it wasn't the story that I thought it was gonna be. Which
Okay.
I guess it's fine, but it is what it is. Anyway, anything else on movies?
No, sir.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and comics.
My son caught me up on Green Arrow, and I just have not had a chance to read it. So that is next up. So yeah.
Nice. Absolute Green Arrows too. Batman Arcadia came out. Arcadia #4 just came out. There's going to be 2 more issues. Who knows when they're going to be released? It's a black label. This is Batman, The Question, and Green Arrow all teaming up. Batman and Green Arrow are teaming up a lot right now. Right now, in Detective Comics, it's Batman, Black Canary, and Green Arrow. In this, it's Batman, Green Arrow, and The Question. So I'm digging all the Green Arrow love outside of Absolute Batman is killing a new Batman book. I haven't read it yet, but it looks good. We're finally getting the new replacement for Alfred in the Bat series next month in of the
Okay.
form of Verity Pennyworth. Is going to be the new
Hmm.
Butler. Also, and I don't know if you heard this, we are going to be getting a new Batman animated series, but only this is Absolute Batman is getting a series, and it is going to be show run by Scott Snyder, from what I was reading. So that's
Nice.
all awesome. Brian, we got to catch up on some WWE. So
We
I'll
absolutely
take the
do.
reins. Let's talk some WWE.
All right, sir. Well, we had since the last time we spoke, we had the King and Queen of the Ring tournament finals at Night of Champions in, I believe, over in the Middle East. I think it was Saudi Arabia. It's kind of, I'm wrong. I apologize for misquoting the actual. But the big thing that we want to keep in mind is the results of that show. So I'm not going to go into all of the who won which matches, but really the big things that came out of this. So first off were the tournament winner. Io Sky won Queen of the Ring, which I think we all knew when our boy Danhausen curses Liv Morgan on her way out there. And so not only Io Sky win the tournament, but she then summarily challenges Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, which is the Raw brand title. Then we saw over Femi in a match with Jey Uso win the King of the Ring. I was really surprised that Brock Lesnar didn't show up. However, we didn't have to wait long. We did not have to wait long. And then the biggest news was, if we would have had a chance to do a prediction show on this, my prediction would have been what happened, which was that Sami Zayn defeated Gunther and Cody Rhodes in a triple threat match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. So, with that, I have a few questions and follow-ups regarding that. Then I want to jump. By the way, congrats to Sami Zayn. That now makes him one of the few Grand Slam champions, is that he has won a world title, both secondary championships, and a tag team title. So, with that being said, next up is going to be what happened on Raw, which is Brock Lesnar quickly came out to over Fleming, drops the S-bomb, kicks over low, and goes to walk out. Brock also had Paul Heyman, which makes me think maybe the division's done. I'm thinking maybe the division as we know it might be done.
Unless somebody takes the reins, maybe a Maxine Dupree.
I can see that, because the tough part with, and let's just run down that tangent side quest when it comes to the division, is the division's been cursed, and it's before Danhausen even got there. So the division was meant to be Seth Rollins' new group. It took him forever to get a name, which we even said, we got to call him the Division, right? He's the Division. They're going to call him the Division. So the original line of the division was Seth, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. They then eventually add Logan Paul, and then Austin Theory. But what winds up happening is Seth goes out for 6+ months due to a shoulder injury after trying a coast-to-coast headbutt, which kind of a silly move to try. Then when he's getting ready to come back, Bronson Reed hurts himself in a match, so he's out with I can't remember if it's a bicep or a tricep tear, but he's going to be out for a while. Then when we're starting the WrestleMania bill, Bronson Reed has to go, Braun Breaker goes out for hernia surgery, so he's not able to have the match with Seth at WrestleMania that they wanted. Austin Theory joined after being hurt for a while. Then by the time that we're maybe getting this back together during a match on Raw, Logan Paul tears his tricep. Now, we've seen Logan, but we also know that Logan can't use his dominant arm. So really it's been just up and down, up and down. I know you've seen in the social media pictures that Bronson Reed has been showing. When he comes back, he's going to be a beast. He is going to be a flipping beast.
Love it.
So that makes me think, so it went from being what was going to be this dominant group led by Seth Rollins, had to rush a turn. So he turned heel for like 3 months to turn back to being a babyface. Then did all the things, they couldn't really have them be the group that they wanted them to be. They really became a tag team towards the end of that. And now with who knows, we didn't see Breaker on Raw. He lost in the cage match. He also got pretty bloodied, I think accidentally, in that match. So I don't know if this is their way of maybe just letting the division. Can you keep saying Seth has put the division behind him? Is this their way of saying goodbye to the division? So that's just a side quest. But the rest of this really, I want to get your opinion on are three particular things coming up at SummerSlam. So first off is we know Oba, number one, is going to wrestle Brock at King in the Ring. That's going to be on Saturday, and I'm sure they love to give the best matches away on ESPN. So that wouldn't shock me if that's the first match on ESPN. Also, I understand, I've heard many times Brock decided he likes going first, then go home. Like, he doesn't stick around. Brock wrestles match and he leaves, okay? So my guess would be the rubber match between Oba and Brock will be will probably be the first match, but regardless of where it's slotted, Brock versus Oba, who do you see winning that match?
Okay, first of all, Brock, you can tell that Brock and Oba are probably like best friends in real life.
Yes.
And you can also tell that Oba Femi is probably the protege of Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
I mean, like, you could tell they've been working together for a long time on this. And Brock, there's no way Brock's winning this.
All right, fair.
Oba's gonna win. Yeah.
And then, so what this tells me, Oba's gonna wrestle twice then. Regardless of whether he wins or loses against Brock, Oba's gonna wrestle twice.
Is he gonna wrestle for the belt too?
He won King of the Ring. So
but then he said that he was gonna go after the belt later.
So maybe I missed that part. So is he not challenging at SummerSlam?
It's not clear yet, because then Seth comes up and now they're like theorizing that he's taking it, and then even Michael Cole made a comment about how Seth's going, or that Oba's not gonna get the ring. I forget exactly what it was, but but like Kaylee and I were like, what?
So if I was fan casting it, which is what my plan was, this is what I assume would happen. I'm still gonna say I think this could happen.
Yeah.
Is because this is only the third year that they've been doing where the winners of King and Queen of the Ring go to SummerSlam. So them playing too much, a la when Cody won the Rumble, but then they're gonna play with who Cody challenged. Like, no, we're not doing it. At SummerSlam, and what I think is going to happen is night one, Oba wrestles Brock, and then night two, Oba will challenge for a world title. So, do you think Oba will challenge for the Undisputed title, the SmackDown Championship, or the World Championship on Raw? Because I do believe he's going to challenge for that night two of WrestleMania. I mean, of SummerSlam.
I think that depends on who's holding the title.
Okay, so right now we have.
If Sami Zayn can keep it to SummerSlam, he's going to drop it at SummerSlam.
And I agree with you, but I don't think that's the Oba. I think that's probably the Gunther.
Okay, and that's there's more history there too. Yeah. So I do not think that he's going to beat Roman Reigns. I don't think Oba's going to beat Roman Reigns.
Okay. I gotta say, go ahead.
Either way, I'm a 6-7 on that.
Here's my thought. Okay, so Reigns is gonna wrestle Rollins, and and nothing in wrestling, at least when you talk about some of these things, the majority of these details are set out on purpose, which is fine. They made a big deal to point out that Rollins has never lost to Reigns, like in a pay-per-view type level match. All right, so that obviously sets up that Reigns is gonna beat Rollins. That's my thought. What I didn't think happens is this. Roman said he would be around for the summer. Well, SummerSlam is technically the last PLE of the summer. So this is what I think from a multiple storyline thing that will happen. Brian's predicted for SummerSlam. Oba wrestles Brock, beats Brock. Seth wrestles Roman, Roman defeats Seth. That sets up Oba versus Roman for night two, the true main event of SummerSlam. I think Oba beats Roman. Roman leaves, but then that creates a power vacuum in the bloodline. Because who now takes over the bloodline? Is it Jimmy? Probably not. Is it Jay? Possibly. Is it Jacob? Or is it even our boy Solo? So I think that sets up Jacob versus Jay for at least the interim tribal chief. And I think that's when we get a true Jay Uso heel turn. I'm going to dislike it because I really like Jay as a babyface. I like the heat. but it might be time a way of maybe freshening him up. I don't think fans are going to want to boo him, so I don't think it'll stick.
No.
But I think that's what happens on the Raw side is we get two, and because it's the first time it's a 2-night event, they're going to dedicate so then you'll get probably 2 title matches. You'll probably get whoever, whether it's Sammy or Cody, and I think it'll probably be Sammy going to SummerSlam. So that goes to my next question. So we have Sammy versus Cody on Raw tomorrow night as we're recording. Do you think Sammy keeps the title? Do you think Sammy drops the title to Cody? I just told you what I thought. So what do you think?
Well, heart and head, I don't think agree on this one. First of all, I don't like that they gave the belt to Sammy.
Neither do I.
I think it was dumb. I think it was a horrible move, especially because it was obvious pandering to Saudi Arabia, for whatever, because they're best friends, whatever. Fine.
Sami Zayn is a very proud Muslim, and he probably is. He's one of the. I don't know if he's the most popular, but definitely one of the most popular wrestlers on the roster whenever they're in the Middle East. I also didn't like it. I thought there were definitely times that Sami Zayn, I think, was hotter, and putting the belt on him, I think right after Daniel Bryan left would have made some sense.
Yeah.
Even though it was in the middle of Cody finishing his story, there's been better times and options. For Sammy winning it.
Yeah, because I felt like he was like a last minute entry into it. And
it felt like they wedged it in. Yeah, there was really no build. It was kind of like they kind of wedged him in, so they made sure. Because and I'm sorry, I'll let you finish your thought on who you think will win, because I have some other thoughts as well. Please.
Okay. Honestly, man, my head thinks they're gonna let Sammy take it to SummerSlam, but my heart also thinks Cody's gonna take it. But also, I don't think Cody needs it right now.
A, Cody doesn't need it. B, So I think Sammy retains. Now, do I think he beats Cody? I'm not sure. Here's what I think happens. I think number one, Sammy is going to retain. I didn't say beat Cody. I said retain.
Yeah.
I think Sammy gets himself disqualified, count out, maybe Gunther interferes, but somehow I don't think Sammy, at least I don't think he cleanly beats Cody.
Yeah.
He either somehow cheats to beat Cody, there's interference, but somehow Sammy retains the championship. That probably sets up a match with Gunther and Sammy. Now, here's what I also think is happening. It was quite clear, before him winning the championship, it was quite clear that all the I'm the last real good guy thing, that's when someone's turning heel.
Yeah.
That is when people start in wrestling about how good they are, they're turning heel. Okay?
Yeah.
Which is fine. Also, Sammy has wanted this title so much, and I think if they don't do this, I think they miss opportunity. What you do is you turn Sammy heel, and you make him an obsessive champion, similar to when Randy Savage held the title and him and Hogan feuded. That he was obsessed with keeping the title at all costs. That is how you rebrand Sammy. So he keeps going, I'm the last real good guy, but he does anything and everything he can to retain. That sort of seemed like when he told Cody and Jay to stay the hell away from him during their promo on Friday. I think that worked. They should not put the title on Cody for a while. Cody's only been back. He came back at WrestleMania 39. We just finished WrestleMania 42. So Cody's been back for 3 years. He's had 3 world title reigns. The first one was for a year and a little bit. Well, basically a year from WrestleMania to WrestleMania. And with Cody in that world title, there was him getting it back from Cena was the last thing they'd done with him with the world title that I think fans were, which was SummerSlam. So a year ago at this point, when he lost the title to Drew McIntyre and then getting it back right before WrestleMania rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Him retaining against Randy Orton rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So I think on that view, they need to not have him have the title, which I agree also doesn't need it. And what about this? This is I'm going to steal this from some internet posts I saw, but I get this as well. So really look at what he did in AEW. So Cody is a multiple-time world champion. He's a multiple-time Intercontinental title champion. He's a multiple-time tag team champion. The one title he's never held is the United States Championship. This is also a dude who calls himself the American Nightmare and dresses in red, white, and blue. While I don't know if it'll be against Trick, but I could see, because also it looks like they're turning Trick Williams heel again. He was just a heel, then he turned babyface at WrestleMania, he turned him heel again before SummerSlam. But I could see at some point potentially Cody Rhodes winning the United States title and maybe bring it back to the United States Open Challenge. So that's what I think happens there. But absolutely,
I like it.
I don't see Sammy. I just don't see Sammy losing tomorrow night as we record. But what happens later after that, and again, I think they're going to turn Sammy heel. And then the last one, Io versus Liv Morgan at SummerSlam. Who do you got? Io versus Liv.
I got Io.
You got Io? I do as well.
I got Io, yeah. They're pushing her so hard right now.
They're pushing her hard. And I think this sets up some additional cracks we see in the Judgment Day between Liv and Roxanne Perez. I like the Judgment Day. But this is probably their weakest roster.
Yeah.
They don't have Liv. Excuse me. They don't have Rhea. They don't have Damien. They don't have Finn. And we just seem to not. And they have JD and Rey Mysterio. JD and Dominic Mysterio running around backstage messing with Danhausen. So, yeah, they need to either add someone to it, or they got to do something, or this is like the C-level Judgment Day. And it's not the fault of people who are in it. They have a really talented 5 individuals in the group, but they need something to. They got to give them something to do.
They're not one group anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, you got the girls and you got the guys, and then sometimes the girls with the guys. You know, I mean, because you got the Liv and Dom, but like they're not like Judgment Day was pretty much the best with Rhea and Finn and Damien. I mean, really, Rhea and Damien together.
The Terror Twins, absolutely. Yep. So that's where we're at with that. So we'll see what comes up next. But with that, that is the end of my Wanna Wrestle.
All right, man. It's time to talk about our Mount Nerdmore of top patriotic characters.
Well, patriotic / inspirational.
Inspirational, right.
Yeah.
Now, so usually when we come up with these titles, we don't talk about them. We just kind of throw them out there. We kind of have some names in here. We're gonna build this up. We'll debate it a little bit, and we'll kind of go from there. So, and we both said that Captain America Steve Rogers,
correct,
is out.
Correct.
Just because he would obviously be on the Mount Nerdmore. Fine, that is, we're building ours without Captain America Steve Rogers.
Correct.
That doesn't really mean that there may not be a different Captain America.
There may be, or it may be not. Or it may not even include Captain America. Because I want to tell you, as I started doing my list, I was thinking about folks that may have been on my list. I'm gonna tell you now. I was going about what about all the areas of entertainment? Like who could it be?
Yeah.
So yes, part of me thought about doing Captain America Sam Wilson or Captain America Isaiah Bradley. I thought about potentially Wonder Woman. Then I got outside of that and thought, who are the characters that also in other worlds? So I thought about if I had to pick that guy if I was president, who would I want to protect me? And I put, what about Xavier Collins? Or I've been rewatching Star Trek: The Next Generation as a little bitty kid. Geordi LaForge was a big inspiration for me.
Yeah.
Then I thought about Sinners, Smoking Stack. Fantastic. And then, of course, I had to think about when Brian was in his prepubescent years, who were really inspirational to me. And I thought about it, but it was between Winnie Cooper and Topanga. So, none of them made my list, by the way. So, I did, though, come up with a theme of who are the most inspirational to me. So, as we go through our Mount Nerdmore, we'll talk about it. Let's get it, brother.
Yeah, man. So I kind of did something similar too. I looked at a lot of different properties, and I'm like, okay, because I didn't want to keep it just Marvel and DC, and I got a little bit of there, you know. But honestly, I don't know if any Marvel or DC is gonna make it, because I think that when we're talking, and I kept mine all U.S. because of
Sure.
the 4th of July. Kept my
Yep.
how close to the U.S. But I mean, like, I went to movies and things that like what makes you proud to be an American and things like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, one spot, man. I mean, okay, does Superman deserve a spot on here?
I think Superman could deserve a
See, I
spot
don't
on
think he
this,
has to.
but I also could make an argument against Superman. So when
Same.
you think about
See, me too.
Superman,
Me too.
you think
So
about Superman, yeah. Just real quick, as I think about Superman, I
Yeah.
thought about, you know what? Here's someone, he's the last son of Krypton.
yeah,
He literally gets his powers from the sun. You know, when he first debuted, his call signal was truth, justice, and the American way. While he doesn't wear red, white, and blue, definitely there's some patriotic things about him.
yeah.
But I thought about, like, but if something could trump Superman, like, what could trump Superman? So when you bring a Superman, I think of the only thing that might be better than the Man of Steel, someone that we think may be a god, will be someone named after a god. And I thought about Zeus Carver from Die Hard with a Vengeance, who is played by Samuel L. Jackson. So potentially Zeus Carver could be on the list. But please, sir, go ahead.
No, man, I like it. I like it. And I don't necessarily think Superman, but I do think that if I had to pick one person that I feel definitely has a spot on the Mount Nerdum of patriotic, inspirational characters, it's Duke from G.I. Joe.
Oh, Duke from G.I. Joe is fantastic. But when you think about folks with a military background that are fantastic leaders, while I don't disagree Duke should be on there, what about Nicholas J. Fury? Not the comic version, but the MCU version, who also happens to be played by the one, the only Samuel L. Jackson. So again, just someone else that might be on the list.
You know what? I definitely think, and I didn't put Nick Fury, I wasn't thinking Nick Fury, but Nick Fury makes a lot of sense. I definitely think Nick Fury, he is a leader, he's inspirational, there is a spot for Nick Fury.
Okay.
Not
to mention, his relationship with Scarlet would have been a little different.
Now, also when you're talking about patriotic characters.
Yes.
What was Judge Dredd?
Ooh. Yes.
They really talking about like Sylvester Stallone, you know, like King John Rambo, you know, like.
I agree with you. So think about with Dredd. That Dredd was the rule enforcer, right? Like he was a judge, you know, and you know, and he totally was law and order.
Yeah.
Another person that could potentially go on the list, though, that to me was all about enforcing law and order, was Sergeant John Shaft. Because this man was a police detective. He later had a career as a private eye. He had a fantastic theme song. And if you're talking about Shaft, shut your mouth. And he just also happens to be played by the one, the only, Samuel L. Jackson. But no, I'm good with Dredd. I'm totally good with just Dredd.
All right, we'll put a pin in it because, you know, I think there might even be a better one. Especially when you're talking about Sylvester Stallone. I mean, is Rocky Balboa a better person in there than John Rambo?
I mean, when you think
John
about
Rambo
it,
or Judge. Holy shit! I got three.
You got three
Sylvester Stallones.
Okay, which is fair. Okay, so with that being said, think about it. So Rocky, number one, he comes out at least in the later movies. He got the red, white, and blue trunks taken from Apollo.
He was the Italian stallion.
Yeah, he is the Italian stallion. You know, he came out, made his money, beat up Mr. T, defended the United States against Russia. I still remember when he climbed up the mountain and lost the Russian agents who were in a limo trying to go up a mountain, which I was like, that's not going to work. And he gets to the top and screams, Drago! I mean, that moved me. That absolutely moved me. And when you think about folks who are capable of just that line. So whether it's Adrian, I did it, yelling for Drago, those iconic lines that he said, those stick with us. But you know who else has an iconic line that sticks with me? It's Agent Neville Flynn from Snakes on a Plane, where he said, I'm tired of these MFing snakes on this MFing plane. And coincidentally, he was played by the one, the only, Samuel L. Jackson. All right, brother.
What about now? And I don't know if I might be cheating a little bit here because this definitely is not made in America, but a truck. Sometimes you need a truck, and sometimes you need to roll out.
Thank you. When you said truck, I'm like, we're gonna go truck. Not a truck brand, even though it's a Peterbilt. You gotta go. And I was telling this to some folks this week that I literally in kindergarten, when they had to sit around in a circle and we say we want to be when we grew up, like some kids said they want to be an astronaut, president, lawyer, doctor, firefighter, all the things. I said, and I said it with my chest, my friend, I said I wanted to be Optimus Prime. That was my goal. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I wanted to be Optimus Prime. So while I can co-sign on Optimus Prime, when we talk about iconic images of vehicles being driven, there's a scene in a movie called The Long Kiss Goodnight. And it has a scene where a guy named Mitch Hennessy, he's been beaten up, he's been shot, he's been literally blown up, but he sits up in a car and drives down this road between the United States and Canada. It's got to be near Niagara Falls to save Gina Davis. So just as someone to consider, is Mitch Hennessy played by the one, the only, Samuel L. Jackson. All right, brother. But of the ones you said, I actually, and I bet you I know the other Stallone one. Right now, Rocky's a good choice. Rocky's solid.
I think I like Optimus more than I like Rocky.
If you like Optimus, that sound, that song, Touch from Transformers.
The Touch, yeah, by Stan Bush, yeah.
Yeah. So I saw this on my socials. I feel like it might have been Friday night. But there's a guy that I follow. He's a great content creator, and he talks about he's in our age bracket. And he talks about movies and the depth in movies and TV shows that we had to deal with as kids. And he pointed out in G.I. Joe the movie, Duke gets impaled by a cobra and almost dies. We had Tasha Yar on Star Trek: The Next Generation, died the first season. And then, of course, if you love, and I don't know about you, but I've owned Transformers the movie on every platform I've ever had, including I own it streaming. The death we saw at the beginning of that movie, but especially Optimus, I just right here, ocular persuasion, and by the way, that made me dislike Rodimus Prime. Like, I don't care who this. So you gave me a guy who's a badass Peterbilt pickup truck, and now I get a Winnebago. Like, wait a minute, what? He was cooler as Hot Rod. But I Optimus, and that song especially lives rent free in my head. It does. Now, I would say we need to do a music episode here soon, but if it's down between Rocky and Optimus, which one gets your blood going more? Is it Eye of the Tiger or is it Touch?
It's the Touch, man. I mean, like,
do it.
Like, Eye of the Tiger makes me want to take off my shirt and go run around whatever. And I may or may not have done that during bingo at B&B theaters before, but that's besides the point. But also with Optimus, he can inspire because he has that inspirational part of it too.
Yeah.
Now we got Nick Fury, we got Optimus Prime. I want to throw out another name here. Indiana Jones. Do you get more American than Indiana Jones? Maybe not the inspirational part of it, But I mean, he liked to punch a lot of Nazis.
He did.
You know, he found the Ark of the Covenant, and didn't matter to nothing in that movie. He went to the Temple of the Doom and was in the Last Crusade, and he chose wisely.
He did. He did.
What
I
did-
like Indy, and he's iconic. He's got the hat, he's got the whip, he's got all
Yeah.
the adventures. That he goes, like you said, he chose wise. Because the big thing that Indy could do, if Indy couldn't beat you up or outsmart you, he could always negotiate with you.
Yeah,
And
that's
given
true.
his powers of negotiation, that reminded me of another person we may want to consider for this list.
Yeah.
That would be Lieutenant Danny Roman from the movie The Negotiator, who just so happens to be played by the one, the only Samuel L. Jackson. But Indy's good. Indy's good.
Like I actually watched that just a few nights ago.
Okay, yeah.
It
is-
is a good movie. The
It holds up-
Negotiator is very,
yeah.
very underrated.
It is. It's underrated. It's a good movie. It holds up other if you can just suspend the knowledge of who Kevin Spacey is in the movie, because they play
Right, yeah.
him. Because so many times, like, oh, my wife and daughter, and he's such a good guy. Like, who was really the act? What was the real act there? But
Yeah.
I do like Indy regarding that. So, who's more inspirational to you though? Is it Indy or is it Han?
Oh man, I know.
There it is. Okay, here's a better question. If you which of these characters would you rather be versus which of these characters you'd rather hang out with? Would you rather hang out with Indy or Han, or would you rather be Indy or Han?
I would rather hang out with Han, and I'd rather be Indiana Jones.
Okay, so I think that puts a win for Indy then.
All right, but is Indiana Jones Mount Nerdmore? I mean,
If you stick to the first two movies, I'm more comfortable with that.
yeah,
After Temple of Doom, I think we started to go downhill a little bit.
okay.
I think we go downhill a little bit.
Why don't we? What about is there room for Captain America? Maybe like Isaiah Bradley, Sam Wilson, or Danielle Cage.
Ooh.
But like Danielle Cage isn't really known for Captain America,
Right.
But there's
Right.
I mean Isaiah Bradley. I mean, is Isaiah Bradley big enough to be on Mount Nerdmore for this? I mean, I love his story.
Yes, I do as well.
He's
You
got
know, I
one
really
great
love.
story, and they've never done
Yes.
anything more of it.
Yes. I personally would say that. Here's one. Okay, so you're mad that I keep trying to tie these to roles played by Samuel L. Jackson.
No, I actually love it.
Yeah, it's been so subtle. But here's my thought: is if we take potentially, but what about Peter Parker? So
Okay.
think about Peter Parker's story. Not before you even get to Spider-Man. Think about Peter Parker. So Peter Parker, similar to he's an orphan raised by his aunt and uncle. The uncle is killed. We know how that ties into the Spider-Man mythos. But just Peter Parker as a person, if you take aside all the Spider-Man stuff, is someone who he works at a place his boss can't stand him. My favorite comics and stories of him, and when he's trying to woo MJ, but he's really ineffective. And the movies don't point the television series did a good job with filling with Spider-Man, but really talking about the struggle he has being Peter Parker and Spider-Man. So I would say the fact that Peter Parker truthfully never gives up, and it's more than his spider powers. Peter Parker, not Spider-Man. Peter Parker never gives up. I actually could sign off on Spider-Man, meaning Peter Parker, as super inspirational.
I agree that. So right now we got Nick Fury.
Yep.
We got Optimus Prime, and we got Spider. So we got two Marvel characters in there.
Yes.
I'm good with it if you are.
I'm good with it as well.
Okay. So who deserves that last spot? Do we do someone I mean, honestly, you could put Uncle Sam,
We could put Uncle Sam.
but there again, what's this for?
He's watching you.
Okay. But there again, like, I kind of feel we got 4 dudes.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't feel that's right.
And I also feel like, again, we talk about inspirational stories, and if you take a character who not only is supposed to be inspirational and patriotic, you look at the outfit that we have the person wear. But I remember when the Wonder Woman movie came out, and just the inspiration that gave to little girls and women. We saw a bit of it with Captain Marvel, but definitely with Wonder Woman, and how that really, and again, the sequel wasn't as powerful, but really that first Wonder, and it was a good movie. I mean, it has been of that now defunct version of the DC cinematic universe. That was probably the best movie. The original Wonder Woman was probably the best movie. The casting was fantastic. There were moments in that movie when she is going over the wall to protect the soldiers, and you first see her, at least in our world, in the full Wonder Woman outfit, and she was definitely a leader of those things. I would say I'm good with, again, signing off on Wonder Woman. And if you go back a few decades to the 70s, lots of women will talk about the inspiration that was done with Linda Carter. So Wonder Woman, I think, definitely has space and grace for being on that Mount Rushmore, the Mount Nerdmore, when it comes to inspirational characters.
Man, I think I sign on too. So let's cover it. Let's make it official. So,
all right,
Nick Fury started off. We'll just plainly, you started off David Hasselhoff and you ended up with Samuel Jackson.
That's growth. That's growth. That's proof that the American dream can come true. If you start off as David Hasselhoff and you end up as Samuel Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, the American dream is alive and well. Okay.
Yes. Then you have Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
And so inspirational for so many kids.
And not especially us, because I mean, how often is Optimus Prime on one of our lists for something? Because he's just that great of a character.
And that iconic voice. I mean, come on. Yes. All right.
One will rise, one will fall. Okay, that's my Optimus, by the way.
Wouldn't you love back in the day when someone called Peter, if he actually slid into the Optimus voice, it was like, like you might be in a telemarketer and go, I am satisfied with my long. I can't do the voice. I am satisfied with my long distance carrier service. Like, oh my God, we got Optimus Prime. Okay, anyway, all right.
And we have Spider-Man, and Spider-Man, he promotes the struggles of the everyday American, everyday person, the perseverance of what everybody needs to do.
And what I liked about Spider-Man as well, not to interrupt you, is
you're good.
Spider-Man, because truthfully, he is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, where no matter what else happens, he tries to stay in his neighborhood. He literally, he gets pulled into intergalactic encounters, but if Spider-Man had his druthers, he'd be in his little New York neighborhood, going to school, taking photographs, and stopping muggers. That's what he wants to do. So, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%, man. And honestly, that's where Spider-Man is at his best. I mean, Spider-Man has the Batman effect. Marvel knows that if you put Spider-Man on a comic book, people are going to buy it, just like Batman. 100%. And so that's why they each have 30 books. And we're going to end it with Wonder Woman, because what is, America, this amazing test that we kind of fail at times, is a wonder. And
she was literally sent here to show the world of men a better way. So that's literally why she was sent from Themyscira, from Paradise Island, to the U.S. was to show the world of men, and that's exactly how I was put, the world of men, because guys are guys, to try and help us get out of our own way. So I'm good with that Nerdmore list, man.
Dude, we went way deeper than I thought we were on that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Know what? I'm all for it, and I am so proud of our list right now.
All right, sir.
So with that being said, it is time. We're going to move on to this little bit of nerdcore. So This is where the lore ends and nonsense begins. This is the part of the show where we take your favorite characters, toss continuity out the window, and figure what they've really been up to between movies, issues, or timelines, and kind of do whatever I want on this. In today, I'm going to ask a couple questions. I brought a couple of cases up here for you, and I'm going to let you answer them. My number one question here is, all these questions are going to be more patriotic.
Okay.
Who is a better Captain America with not including Steve Rogers? Okay. Is it Sam Wilson, Isaiah Bradley, or Bucky Barnes? Who is the best Captain America out of those three? And this can be completely your heartstrings, your headstrings.
It's totally heartstrings then. Both in the comic and in the movies is Sam. So the reason why, because Isaiah Bradley was not given an opportunity to truthfully be Captain America, and very similar to if we're saying Dick Grayson as Batman, Bucky Barnes as Captain America, he's someone that he's his own person. So when he inherits the mantle, he gets swallowed up because we know he was a long-term protege. So he can't make Captain America his own. And by the way, Bucky
and a killer.
And Bucky's Winter Soldier, right? Bucky's a killer, right? Similar to, you know what, Red Hood is Red Hood. Red Hood should never be Batman. So with that being said, I feel like Sam Wilson as Cap, he makes it his own. It's great to see a person of color with the mantle. Also, he's not a super soldier. So all those things I think makes him a different Captain America, which makes him a better Captain America for this discussion.
I like it, man. I dig it, man. I got Sam Wilson's for number one issue of being Captain America. I don't have it graded because I have a hard time sending my comics to be graded. I'd be gone for like 2 months, and it costs so much money. So it's like I have it protected.
Feel you.
But yeah, man, like, and Isaiah Bradley is such an amazing character, but also, like, Isaiah Bradley is the milestone of Marvel, right?
Yes.
Like, he's there. Like, they did so much good with him, but why can't they do anything with him now? Right?
And on top of that, Isaiah Bradley's power is being Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah.
You know, that is it. Like we know he shoulda, coulda, woulda been Superman, all the Captain America, and all things that happened. But the power from the story is Isaiah Bradley being Isaiah Bradley, right? So just like with Bucky's power is being the Winter Soldier. Isaiah Bradley's being Isaiah Bradley. Sam's power is being the new Captain America.
Yeah. All right. And next question. America gets one fictional spokesperson. Who are you choosing out of these?
Okay.
Superman.
Okay.
Rocky Balboa.
Okay.
Rocky Balboa.
Gotcha.
Spider-Man.
Ooh.
Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Or Sam Wilson, which is crazy because how Spider-Man and Wonder Woman both ended up on the
Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
So
again, it's gonna be my same pick as the first one, Sam Wilson. I said Samuel Jackson so many times. I think I might have said Sam Jackson last time as well, but no, Sam Wilson, because number one, having a person that is Captain America be the spokesperson for Captain America, I think works really well. Superman is from another planet. Wonder Woman is from Paradise Island. Peter Parker is a kid in most of the things and is still learning his way. Forrest is Forrest. Rocky, we want to say half what Rocky said. Versus, I think the power of Sam Wilson is, again, I'm going to say before, the power of Sam Wilson that made in Captain America was who he is in the suit. I think why Sam could be a great spokesperson for the country would be him out of the suit. So absolutely, Sam Wilson.
Love it. All right, man. And I got one more. Who's going to give the best 4th of July speech? Is it going to be Superman?
Okay.
Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Rocky Balboa. Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Or Spider-Man.
Oh, Optimus.
Optimus Prime? Okay, I knew you were going to say that. 100%.
And you know he would speak of how he and his Autobots came from another planet, and this is their adopted home, and all the things, and it will be outstanding. And then here's the deal too: At the end of it, you can run the kegs out of the back of his truck, so you're good.
Yeah. Be cool if there was a keg transformer. That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do your game before I do mine with you?
Sure. All right, here we go. So, I'm bringing back same plot, new characters.
All right.
And as we're recording, this is July 4th weekend, so that's the inspiration for the same plot, new character choice. For those of you who've not heard this in a while, I give you the breakdown, the plot of a movie. I keep the plot the same, but I intersperse the names and characters from other movies because these actors are in the film.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we go this, I'll read as many times as Brad wants me to, but Brad, see if you can figure out this week's same plot.
Yeah.
New character. All right. Adrian Monk leaves his job as a detective to open a pawn shop in New York City. He caters to his most entertaining and terrific citizens. Among its customers are a two-faced lawyer and a former caddy who's attempting to who are attempting to prevent Kingpin from using a cat toy to ruin everyone's day. Inspired by the king of rock and roll and coached by the 5 Ds of dodgeball, this intrepid duo successfully dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge their way to victory.
What is Men in Black?
What is Men in Black, my friend? Yes.
Very good.
We'll unpack it real quick for the folks.
Yeah.
So Adrian Munn, played by Tony Shalhoub, plays the pawn shop owner. I thought about the most interesting and entertaining and terrific E.T. citizens there. Among us are a two-faced lawyer, played by Tommy Lee Jones. Former caddy from Bagger Vance, played by Will Smith. To prevent the Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio is currently playing Kingpin. And then to ruin everybody's day, the cat toy, the cat collar. And then inspired by the king of rock and roll, there's a lot of Elvis in the movie. And coached by the 5 Ds, Rip Torn plays the head of the MIB. He also is fantastic as Patrick O'Houlihan in Dodgeball. And the 5 Ds of Dodgeball are again dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Great job, sir.
All right, man. Okay, so now, Brian, I am going to have you run the gauntlet. I got 10 movies, all from 2026. I'm going to give you 2 choices. You're going to take one out for whatever reason you want to until there is one left standing. So what is the best Brian S. Dennis, where the S stands for this movie is fucking great?
Okay.
All right. And
I love
I'm
these.
Gonna
All
start
right,
this.
let's do it.
I got 10.
Okay.
I hope you've seen them all.
What year?
All these released in 2026.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to start off with Project Hail Mary.
Yep.
Against Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Grogu.
Oh, why are you making me pick? It's an easy pick, but why'd you have to do this to me out the gate? Project Hail Mary.
Okay.
I will say Mandalorian Grogu is more rewatchable just because of the runtime, but Project Hail Mary is a better movie. Okay.
And I have to agree. I mean, Star Wars, I love Star Wars.
Yep.
Mandalorian and Grogu could have been a season of TV.
It could have been. Yep.
All right. Scary Movie.
Okay.
Or Masters of the Universe.
Scary Movie.
Supergirl.
Okay.
Scream 7.
Scream 7.
Obsession.
Okay.
Or Michael.
Obsession.
Oh, wow. That was a tough one.
It was.
That one was a really tough one.
Michael's great, but it's a little incomplete. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Obsession.
Yeah, we could have a whole podcast on Michael. Maybe we will, because that actually sounds like fun. Okay, and last one. Devil Wears Prada 2.
Okay.
Or Toy Story 5.
I'm going to set aside my love for Anne Hathaway, and it's deep. But I'm going to go Toy Story 5.
Okay, so have you seen Devil Wears Prada 2?
Oh, yeah.
It is way better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, there again, not a perfect movie.
Yeah.
I actually think I liked it better
Mhm.
than the original, because it gave me I like Glenn Close's character more
Mhm.
in this one than I like, and I really like what it did with Stanley Tucci. So that's why it wins there. But yeah, so
Okay.
again, it's a good movie. It's really a good movie, and you're right, it's better than it had any right to be.
Yeah. So out of the 5 that you want that are going
Yep.
to the next round,
Yep.
you're gonna get one bye. So I'm gonna give you a number.
Okay.
Pick a number. Well, yeah, I always give you the name. So you Project Hail. Which movie do you want to go on the next round? Which one?
Project Hail Mary. Project Hail
Project Hail Mary. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go with Scary Movie versus Scream.
Scary Movie.
Obsession versus Toy Story 5.
Obsession.
All right, and you get another bye. You get Project Hail Mary, Scary Movie, or Obsession.
You know what? I'm gonna put Scary Movie through.
Okay. Project Hail Mary or Obsession.
Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary or Scary Movie.
This one is an easy answer. However, I will say, I think Scary Movie is the second best movie I've seen this year. That's why I wanted to put it through. So between Project Hail Mary and Obsession, I'll see Project Hail Mary and Scary Movie. I'm gonna go with Project Hail Mary.
All right, I would agree with you, man. Project Hail Mary is my
so good
favorite movie of the year.
I am excited for.
Is up there.
Yep, I'm excited for Oscar nods. The only thing that might not work in his favor, it came out really early in the Oscar year, so people don't forget about it. But it's an epic. Yeah. It's a long movie. Meaning it's almost 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan
Gosling.
Thank you. Ryan Gosling in reality spends the majority of the movie acting alone. You know, they tend to like those types of movies where it shows someone's acting chops when they really are acting in isolation when he's actually on Project Hail Mary. So I think he'll definitely get a nomination, and it'll be tough to see someone beating him at this point, but we know we still got a lot of year coming up. So okay.
Yeah, man, there's been a lot of good movies. I think I agree with you. Project Hail Mary is my number one. My number two is going to be Obsession.
Yep.
And the rest is yet to come. So it'll be interesting at the end of the year when we do it.
Yes.
All right. So Brian, let's go on to. I think it's time for an honest ad.
All right. So as we're recording on July 5th, I figured that our project. Now, everyone talking about Project Hail Mary. Our honest ad of the week will be about not the United States, not America, but America. So here is my honest ad for America. Woo! All right. Home of the free and land of the brave. This weekend we celebrate the sacrifices that were made by men, women, and young people alike. Holding together our nation is a constant fight. We have differences abound from love to faith. While freedom isn't free, we all hope to keep our families safe. Some may be red while others are blue. Belief in the goodness of our neighbors will always ring true. As we walk together down this long and winding road, I offer to everyone this simple little cheat code. At the end of the day, through all the misunderstanding and unnecessarily harsh words, we can still stand proud as the United States of nerds.
Love it. Love it, man. Okay, so Better Than Us Human of the Week, man.
All right, my son's birthday was this past Wednesday, July 1st, so Brendan, love you to death. So happy birthday. So Brendan is my Better Than Us Human of the Week.
Hey, happy birthday, Brendan. So I'm going to do two then. I have Brendan, and I got the U.S. soldier, and that's just a cheat because it's the 4th of July. So there it is. It is time to wrap things up, Brian, and how do we do so?
All right. Our parting words this week and every week. So first off, thank you so much for joining us for the best part of Bradley and I's week, and we hope we get you started on a positive note. So with that being said, some words of wisdom are, first off, no retreat and no surrender, and Goonies, never say die.
Just because you can reboot it doesn't mean you should reboot it. And remember, only trust people with big butts. They cannot lie. Alright, keep your eyes peeled for TikToks and shorts dropping all week. And watch for those for your chance to jump in on the Chaos Live. Don't forget to follow, like, drop a comment, share, and leave 5-star reviews to help keep the signal shining. Go buy my book on Amazon as well. When my 9 lives are gone, it will give you a little bit of ocular perspiration.
Absolutely.
And with that, the signal fades into the night sky. The rooftop clears. The champions step down. This has been Bat Signals from the Multiverse. We broke canon. We held the line. And somewhere out there, Brian is still wrong. When the spotlight hits the clouds again, and that's not a warning, that's the main event. We'll see you when the signal burns. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, folks.